All right, everyone, welcome to a week of free Inside the Hex vlogs. I convinced some employees, some of the people who work for OG, to carry the camera around like I do all day, and we get to see how talented I am at standing in front of a camera for 45 minutes. But on a serious note, I really want you to see what it's like a day in the life of a Kyle or a Jeff or a Chris. I want you to see what it's like in the warehouse, so hopefully we can convince Ted to grab the camera. So all this week, as you're watching this, I'm up in Atlanta doing a really awesome garage. We're shooting a whole series for you. So we're gonna take all our Hex content, and every day this week, you're gonna get to see somebody else's day in the life. So I appreciate you being here. If you're not a member of Inside the Hex, go check it out. Go to the membership page on obsessedgarage.com, and I hope you consider becoming a member, where we share a lot of our inside lives and hopefully share a little bit about what's going on at OG. Thanks for watching. On to the vlog.
Hey everyone, I'm Brad Bacon. You might not recognize me because I started like in July, so I'm going to be the newest addition to OG. And you're here listening to my scrub and speak. A little different than a wash and talk. You'll find out why. It's just a little different here. So what we've got here is my my Mach-E. I'm not going to call it a Mustang here because it's a little controversial. You know, a lot of people, they don't like that the horse is on there. If you ask Jeff, not a big fan at all. He doesn't think there's two Mustang owners, but I think there are, you know. So it's been a good car. Today we're just gonna do the outside, and we're gonna teach me how to wash a car. So I don't really know how. I know that might sound weird. I just came to OG, and I'm not really one of the obsessed. I'm kind of a different kind of guy. So Wahba's here, he's behind the camera. He's gonna teach me how to wash my car. And I think this might be a situation of the blind leading the blind a little bit. So I'm pretty sure Wahba's a little further down the totem pole in terms of detailing capabilities. And so he'll show me the Wahba spec version, and then we're gonna post this, and then all you guys at home can tell us just how wrong we actually are. So we're gonna get this thing going. So I've got Adams. I don't have any GSF, I have Adams. So we used to have this in the store, but now we don't. It's what I got. So we're just gonna fill us up here a little bit. A little bit, just like that. Yeah. You think I'm good?
Yeah, that's probably good. We're gonna foam the car, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do some foaming. Okay. We're gonna do the 2-wash, the 2-bucket method, and so I actually only own 1 bucket, and Wahba said that I'm gonna get eviscerated if I just do the 1-bucket method. And so I wasn't exactly, I'm not really sure how they got the name 1-bucket and 2-bucket method, but anyway. I just feel like this is plenty. Yep. You know, I just feel like it's a lot.
That's probably good.
I feel like that's good. I got the Active here. Pretty popular selection in the store. It's out of stock right now, just like everything else in the world. But this is the new choice for the entry level pressure washer here.
The hose situation, it's not an OG spec.
Yeah. You do have Cobra Jet though, which is a lot more than a lot of people have. So we're setting up the foam cannon now. Right? No, we're gonna rinse first. So, Matt poached me. So you guys might have heard my name a few times over the years. So I've been working with Matt since like 2017. He actually met me through a friend of a friend. He was out in Denver getting some shirts, like some jackets made, the carbon jackets. I think they're still in the store actually. He asked the guy there, who I know is a friend of mine, was asking him, hey, who does your website? You know, there's an e-commerce guy. And so the guy was like, you can't have my guy, but my girlfriend, who I was working with his girlfriend at the time, was like, you need to get in contact with Brad. And so that's how me and Matt met. And at first, Matt just had this really just janky WordPress website that had, I don't know, it was like a WordPress website connected to a Shopify website, and it was just, you know, it was kind of the first attempt at a website. So we kind of stood up a whole new store back in 2017, and let's see, since then it's been 3 years. And so last December we were filming a podcast. How is this rinse level good?
Yeah, this was probably pretty solid, right?
Solid rinse?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
go ahead and set up our foam cannon. So
first step succeeded then, huh? All right, so we're gonna get 15 milliliters in here, according to Wahba spec.
put in your rinse to fill it up. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Probably a little more than that.
I have no frame of reference
Yeah,
what
just a little
15
more.
milliliters is, man.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Okay. Just like,
Yeah.
it's just kind of like right at the end of that thing.
Thickness, yeah.
Okay.
And then just
Get a little submersion going.
Are you cleaning your wheels as well?
Yeah.
That's gonna be.
Well, so Kyle told me that you start, you go top down, right? But do you start with the wheels?
When you're washing,
Yeah.
yeah, you want to start with the wheels anyway,
Okay.
and then go top down. You know.
Okay. Was I supposed to rinse before I did the wheels, or was I supposed to just go straight into the wheels?
You can. Honestly, yeah, you probably should have cleaned the wheels first, but
Here we are.
we're learning.
Here we are. Okay, so I know I'll need this guy, right, to clean the wheels.
Yeah, but you're gonna need a tough shine as well. You gotta easy detail.
Got the whole setup right here, dude.
All right, cool.
This is OG Spec.
So spray this down.
Okay, so I don't want to contaminate that, right?
No, you should not have put that on the car.
I shouldn't have done that either.
No.
So I put it back in the bucket?
Yeah, put it in the bucket.
Okay, so that'll go in the bucket. All right.
So
Anyone watching this, just, feel free to drop me a few tips. Just be nice about it. I just don't know about this. You sure? You think this is the way to go?
you'll get used to it, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so this guy first, right? Get inside in the crevices. Just get in there. Okay, just feel like I shouldn't be rubbing up against that guy, but I'll be all right.
So continue on.
Yeah, so back in December, Matt and I were doing, and if you're watching this, you're a Hex member in all likelihood. And so I did a podcast with Matt. Before the podcast started, he's like, hey, I got something to ask you. I got a proposition for you. And I already knew what he was going to say. And I said that. I said, all right, I know what you're going to say. Hit me. He said, yeah, come down here. Help us turn this thing up, for lack of a better word. And so at first I told him no. I was like, no, I got a good thing going out here. And at the time, I was running my own business, just kind of doing what I do now, which is, e-commerce and Shopify work and marketing and all kinds of, for like tons of different businesses. But what ended up happening was during COVID, so I'm going to this guy next, right?
Yeah, you want to spray it down a little more probably.
Another spray. So during COVID, I lost a lot of my clients. So a lot of them were brick and mortar. I had a lot of restaurant clients as well. And the restaurant ones were gone, overnight. It was like, what was it, March 15th that the shutdown happened, and all the customers were gone probably by March 20th.
You want to get in there and just get those crevices, with that on the wheel face.
So I'm good here, with just like a circle around there.
Give it kind of a final superficial.
Okay. Now we're just gonna get in there. So, at the time when Matt asked me, I was like, no, I'm good. Kind of have a good thing going on here, but I was around Christmas break and I went home, and when I say home, I'm originally from Atlanta, and I'll go through that in a second. I think I'm good here.
Look good.
It is looking good.
So you got to do that for all the wheels.
I'm gonna switch back here. So to shorten what'll end up being probably a longer story, Matt got me. Went home over Christmas, thought about it. We came to an agreement. A lot of my experience before, originally from Atlanta, I was born in Fort Lauderdale, but I'm from Atlanta. Grew up there. And why am I reaching for that? That's not the first step. And my first experience was when I got out of school with the University of Georgia. I got out of school. I was at a startup in Atlanta that was kind of e-commerce automotive. It was OEM auto parts. And we were building parts websites for dealers, and it was exactly what I wanted to be doing. It was in the automotive space. It was e-commerce, which is a vertical that I had identified that I wanted to be a part of. And so I was there for 3 years, rapid startup environment, went from probably a little over a dozen employees when I got there to 40 or 50 when I left, and it was, you know, that whole, for the time, it was probably 2014, 2015, it was that whole, you know, startup thing that every 22-year-old wanted to be a part of. So it was just a perfect thing for me. And so once that kind of felt like it was, you know, even good jobs, sometimes they just feel like you've run your course, or there's got to be the next step. And so ended up moving out to Colorado, and I got a job with an ad agency. And that was cool. It was cool getting exposure to all the different businesses that are out there. So you get exposure to the business itself, which is cool. But then you kind of get exposure to like how teams work. So like some of my people I'd work with would be these startups with a couple, you know, 5 or 6 employees, and then you'd also work with Fortune 500 companies. And so you'd get, you know, for the price of one employment, you'd get the experience of working with a dozen different companies, a dozen different types of product, services, company sizes. And so it kind of felt like supercharging my experience, you know? Should I clean that first or these first, you think?
You can clean the wheel first.
So it kind of felt like just like for the price of 2 years of working somewhere, I got, you know, 10 years of experience with different companies, which was awesome. So from there, that's when I decided to go self-employed. And that's around about the time I met Matt, which was good timing. So, oh, I can't put that on the ground, right?
From your brush, you splash it on there.
And that's bad, right? But I put this on the ground too. Should I just like, yeah. This is the satisfying one. I like this one a lot. Like that, we go to, oh, that's good. That's good. It's real good. So then I was self-employed for a while, and after working at that agency, and self-employed's tough, man. It's a tough, not just the work itself. I feel like I put way too much of that on there. What do you think? So yeah, self-employed for a while. It was great. It was working great, but Matt, you know, I see the potential here. You know what I mean? I see the following, the product, it's a talented group of people here. I mean, it really is. You know, any place you work, you've got your superstars and you got your slackers, and here I feel like our superstar ratio is extremely high, which is real cool. So you're probably wondering at this point, so this guy is not really all that obsessed with this car. He's driving a fake Mustang. What's he doing here? You know, what's the deal? Not really part of the scene. It's a valid observation, but I was talking to Matt about this a few days ago. Lewis as well. We got a lot of, man, that's strong.
Yeah,
Kind of hurts. We got a lot of Specs guys at Obsessed Garage. You know, Matt likes to call them like-minded people, but you know, guys that'll tell you the brake horsepower on some car they don't own, or you know every graphics card out there, and tell you all the ins and outs of some HDMI cable, right? And we've got a whole place full of those guys, which is good. I mean, it's the kind of place it offers, but sometimes having a different kind of person can be valuable, a different kind of mindset. And so, telling Matt, you know, I'm a experiential guy rather than a specs guy. You know, like this, for example. Like coming in, I don't know all there is to know about this stuff, and so the perspective that I can bring on like how do we bring new people in that have no idea what's going on here? That's disgusting. Should I like squeeze that out, dude?
Probably.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, you're gonna want to get your pressure washer on there.
I thought I'd been doing that. I think we're fortunate that we got some cloud cover here. Let me start by saying that.
Yeah, my
And
house is west facing.
Here in the in Central Florida summer. You know, I'm still on the fence about it, you know, about this whole thing. I think I'm coming around to it though. I think I like it. I think knowing how to do it. I tried to mess with my wheels with this brake buster like I think I told you like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Just came out terrible. You know, just wasn't doing it right. Just wasn't doing it right. So I've been kind of focused a little bit more on that traditional marketing, if you will. The, you know, Obsessed Garage for the longest time, and to this day we still are, about the, you know, the specs and, you know, this guy right here, right? The GPM and all that. But what is it, like, why does someone buy from Obsessed Garage? What do they want, right? And so, sure, we're selling a pressure washer, but we're selling a clean life. We're selling a feeling of being in control of your garage, being in control of, you know, even if just for a portion of your day, right? Feeling that there's something that you have control over. And so, you know, how do we get that message across more than just, you know, this is the best, this guy's the best, you're gonna want him, right? To, you know, what do we get a little bit deeper into? And I think that when we can make that leap, it'll be a seismic leap, and, you know, it'll enable us to begin doing all kinds of advertising and, you know, social media advertising and Google display and all that kind of stuff that we're not even touching on right now. Everything's been so organic up to this point. And even since I've been on, you know, my job's been with Matt. I've been working for him for 3 years. Like I said, it's been about search engines and Google ads and organic search and all these things, but that's still not, you know, the brand has just been so what Matt's been up to, which is our brand. But how, you know, what Matt's been up to, it's resonated with like 300,000 people so far. So how do we dial into what has been resonating this whole time and multiply that? And I think we've just kind of been floating around. All right, so I rinsed the whole car again, I assume, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not a specs guy. I'm an experience kind of guy. You know, I don't really care about all the different nuts and bolts and all the stuff that goes along with, you know, what pressure washer I'm picking out, which kind of computer I'm picking out, kind of speakers, in a way that, you know, a lot of the people watching this, they probably don't even get me saying that. You know, what do you mean you don't care about that? But I just don't. You think it's shaking well?
Probably not, honestly.
Why is it leaking? Did
Upside down, you know?
I put too much water in it? It's like leaking out. I think I like filled it all the way to the rim.
Yeah, it's probably good. You can connect it up now. Oh, Jesus Christ. What are you doing, Bradley?
We're hitting the trigger, man.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, come on.
That was tough.
Yeah,
Are you ready?
be careful, I don't want to point it at you.
You ever foamed
Foam time?
Yeah, hopefully it works. You want to tighten that up.
You think I put too much water compared to my soap amount? I don't know. It's pretty cathartic. I like this part.
Yeah, it's fun.
Is this the best part?
Yeah, it's the best part.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Maybe you're gonna ask, or maybe you don't care, like, what happens next? Like, all right, so I'm here. I agree to work with Matt. Like, what does that even mean? And it kind of changes every day, it feels like. You know, you know, my main goal, whenever anybody asks me, like, what am I doing at OG? My job is to drive revenue, drive more money. Right, and so, Tujeline likes to joke with me about it, but I'm the capitalist, I'm the money grubber, right? Because there's a lot of authenticity at Obsessed Garage. Everyone that's there, they want to just, you know, be into specs and be into the products and into the pressure washers and all that. Am I sufficiently foamed, do you feel like?
Why don't you dump that in your wash bucket?
I'm gonna dump
The excess, you know?
this foam cannon in the wash bucket.
Yeah, the excess.
Okay.
So we can get some extra soap.
How am I doing so far? In like in the wash, you feel like this is good stuff?
Yeah, this is incredible. Okay. It's not easy to wash and talk, scrub and speak.
Scrub and speak, you mean? Yeah, it's tough. All right. So I imagine I'm getting this guy out now. So we got glass up here. You think that requires a
Yeah, you can be a little more
certain...
See, I wouldn't even put your hand in there because now you can't flip it over. Otherwise you'd be like kind of backhanded.
If I just do it like that.
Yeah, but
Okay, so it's a little misleading. They put a little handhold in
the
there.
hand holder's kind of lame.
Okay, we don't do that. We punt that.
So you probably want to flip it over now.
Okay. I don't feel like that was that hard. I don't feel like was that a big deal.
Yeah, you probably want to dip in now. You can't get too greedy.
That was too much at the first?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm wringing her out.
Yeah, just touch her up and then dip her in. Go in the wash. You don't have to do the whole thing.
I don't wring out.
You don't have to put your hand in there either.
Are you sure, man?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was too much. That was too much at the first.
Honestly, it was okay. You just want to probably flip it halfway through.
Okay, I'm gonna do the other side of the roof now.
Yeah.
Okay, because we're doing top down.
Yep.
Yeah. We're going top down. There we go. Yeah, I don't get what all the fuss is about with Matt. I mean, this is easy. I already feel like I'm a pro. So now at OG, like, the goal is like making it into this sustainable household name style empire. So, when you go online and you order something from Amazon and someone says, hey, where'd you get that? And you say, I got it from Amazon. There's no, the discussion ends there. There's no what's that or where's that or whatever. It's the discussion ends right there. And I know it's probably, do I do the windshield too? You probably feel like it's lofty to say, well, Obsessed Garage is not Amazon, but why not? I mean, wasn't Jeff Bezos in a garage? That was like the famous story is Jeff Bezos in his garage for how long, and now Amazon's Amazon. So like, why not? We're getting into audio, we're getting into all these different things as we continue to grow. I mean, for all intents, I mean, when Matt started working with me in 2017, I mean, I think he was still a wealth manager. He didn't have any employees. Michelle was packing stuff, and then his parents were starting to help. And I mean, 3 years later, a little over 3 years later, 20 of us? And not that, you expect every year to grow by 20%, because especially this year has been with worldwide supply chains and all that, we're probably going to make us lightly more revenue than last year, and especially with the way all the margins are, everyone on earth is raising their prices on everything. So, our profitability is probably worse this year than it was last year, even though our revenue has probably gone up. So, where's I going with that? There's just a big runway for us to do whatever you want. That's kind of the fun part about being at a smaller company like this is there's not a rule book. I've been working on that with some of the guys on the media side of the house is, we can do whatever we want with any of this stuff. Like, we don't have to follow anyone's playbook. We can make whatever products we want and sell whatever we want. Our product pages, we sell a lot of Milwaukee tools. Oh, I shouldn't put my hand there, should I? It's a bad one?
It's okay.
That's okay. We sell Milwaukee tools, and we've been combining a lot of product pages, and I remember who I was working with, but someone pointed out to me, well, that's not how Milwaukee does it. Like, what do I care how Milwaukee does it? If anything, we need to differentiate ourselves. We need to do it a little bit differently. With this audio project that we have coming up, we're going to have whole product pages that just say in-ceiling speakers rather than the 6 different SKUs and sizes and everything within it. to make it easier on you to find it and shop for it. So if you need an in-ceiling speaker, you don't have to know the SKU and the part number, like getting on all these different sites. Should I go down there? Should I like do the sides first?
Yeah, we do the sides. The front's gonna be
Yeah. Oh, because I don't want the dirtiest part. Yeah. It's good stuff. Yeah, keep cascading down. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I should probably like bring the buckets over here, shouldn't I? So we're just making the stuff up as we go, which is kind of the fun part. We're working on some big content projects. Talking to Wahba on the way home, I mean, some of our biggest roadblocks right now are just the amount of stuff that we can do, the amount of people we have available to do it. Video, writing, like how much stuff you can actually put out on the internet and how many people we actually have available to do it. Well, I feel like it went straight to the bottom. I should have like kept.
Probably shouldn't do that.
Okay.
Dip in there.
Okay. Why don't you just jump in and just tell me when I'm doing something wrong, you know?
Nah, that's all good.
You know? What did I do? I haven't done over here. I don't think. So I'm gonna do that like last, probably down there, right? Like get down low last. Do the back here too while we're at it. So I should do the other side now, right? Okay. I can't keep bringing the buckets around like this. There's probably a better like workflow that I'm just not there yet.
Bottom from the side.
And I think I've already done these.
Yeah, you've done those.
Wahba's like, you just gotta hurry up, man.
Yeah, dude.
You just gotta get going.
You know?
I'm new, man. I'm new. We'll speed it up here. We'll speed it up. Get the pace going here.
You can do your door jams too? I mean, that's OG Spec.
Like inside here?
Yeah, like if you open the door. And get in there.
Should I? Okay. Whatever you say, man. How am I supposed to rinse that later? All right, so remember when you were asking me earlier, the cathartic part of it?
Yeah.
Like the wheels was great, you know?
Okay. You don't like this part of the
I'm losing steam, yeah. The foaming was good.
Let me tell you, the drying is the worst for me.
Is it?
Yeah, just because then you got to spray the whole car down and do exactly what you're doing right now again. So at that point, you're just.
Okay, so I'm gonna finish that side of the car because I've already done this side and the back, right? So now I just got to finish this guy down here. So obviously we're in the yarn building now, and it's been good being in there, but it's. Matt talks about this sometimes. We've kind of just got a lot of projects just dangling. And I had discussions with him today on like, it's kind of hard to figure out, you know, who does that, you know, when it's time to put up the paper towel holders in the bathroom, you know, who does that? And, you know, I feel like some of the times our workflow for revenue generating stuff, which again is the whole reason I'm here, can be affected by projects like that. So that's the push and shove of being in our organization is, you know, I'm here almost solely to get us more revenue. And so then I have to push back with, you know, the warehouse or with Tommy or even with Matt on, well, that's not how we do things or things like that. And so I'm still learning a lot of those barriers on like what we can do and what we can't do. We're doing good here. We're looking good. We're looking good. So, I mean, I want to improve the overall experience. You know, I want us to redesign the website soon. I want every one of our product pages. I mean, if you're someone that shops our site regularly enough, so I mean, I did it all right now. I just rinse again.
Yeah, minus.
So yeah, one of my big projects is getting everything, you know, we're so intense about dialed in products, like the best product in the world, right, for you. But we just don't, I acknowledge we just don't have the best experience, like web experience in the world. I mean, our membership program is clunky, you know, it uses external apps. You know, we've got if you shop on our site enough, if you go on, oh, that's terrible. Look at that. I gotta scrub that again, don't I?
We'll try to get most of that up in the drying process, honestly. You don't want to get in there too bad.
Okay. It's all about growth. And even our videos, I mean, I would say that, and it's not just because Wahba's standing here, but of everything, you know, our videos, outside of the products themselves, our videos are the best thing that we do. You know, our site is good in some ways, it's inferior in a lot of ways. You shop for some fittings or cuties or something, our product pages are terrible. But, you know, our newer products, our product pages are really good. So we've got this disconnect from a shopper that doesn't know who we are. We've got this disconnect of, like, is this place even any good? I mean, you shop for this fitting, we've got a whole product page that has like one sentence on it. Like, what a weird shopping experience that is. You know, our emails, how's my rinse looking here?
Looking good.
It's looking good.
See, we don't have the shorty nozzle. You see, we're not quite
Just
Spec.
let me know when my form's looking good or bad.
No, it's tricky because I don't have the short.
So I just gotta get it up higher?
You're gonna want to press the boost button, you know?
That guy?
Yeah.
There's only one direction on it, shake well. So, yeah, I was talking about how we're trying to take it to the next level. Not circular. Man, I just
Hold your towel a little neater too.
okay. I'm just gonna start
Yeah, just
going
go
on the
for it,
car.
honestly.
I'm just gonna go for it. Feeling like this is a terrible video. Yeah. Yeah, because I think I'm just focused on like, this is a
Yeah.
garbage wash.
It's bad.
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem. Like, for the longest time, I would be the guy, and probably to this day, I still am the guy, that'll just take it to a guy and pay him $100 to wash it.
And he probably isn't doing it right, but you don't know and you don't care.
I don't know, right? Because when I get it, like, it looks pretty good, right?
It's clean.
And so the problem that I have now is like, oh my God, that's like,
Is that in the paint, dude?
no, that's just a really dead bug. Like I walk into work,
Yeah.
and I see Tommy's car,
Yeah.
and I see Lewis's car. That's like,
Yeah,
it's like showroom new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I want to be somebody that has a clean car.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So keep yourself organized. So you got your one side, do it like a door, that, flip it, then flip it. And then follow up with this. So the same wipe that you did with this guy, do it with this one. And just finish it.
I don't have 3 hands, man.
But you can put the bottle down. You know, you already sprayed it. You don't need to hold the bottle. You know what I mean? So hit it with the gauntlet towel first.
So I'm doing the door first, just a whole door at one time.
Yeah. And you can, just not too much pressure, by the way, you know?
Okay, not too much pressure.
But you feel how slick that is? You feel how smooth?
I do,
You see that?
I do. So to my point though, like if every single person that comes on board is the same mindset,
Yeah. There's a problem.
we're gonna get the same
Results.
ideas over and over, right? Lewis is like this too. Lewis is a bit of an experiential guy. You know, I think one thing that's good, especially lately, is we've kind of opened the floodgates on innovation in a way that, and I could be wrong, that it doesn't feel like was there over maybe the last year or two, and allowing people to have and move on their ideas, right? Rather than, you know, we're kind of in a process and we've got this new thing and we'll get to that after all this other stuff, right? But kind of this runway to, because that's when the good stuff happens. I mean, you know, your Facebooks of the world, your Googles of the world learned that a long time ago. Like they'll put time on the calendar literally for people to do nothing at all. And I mean, we've all experienced it. You're driving to work or you're sitting in the shower or something, and that thing hits you, that thing you hadn't thought about, finally put it all together. You know, you almost need Like, you need downtime and you need license. Like, someone to tell you, like, it's okay that you're not running 100% chasing after tasks all day, every day. It's okay. Is this wrong also?
It's not the end of the world, but if you've already done that panel, you wouldn't want to do that.
Okay, so I'll do it over where I haven't done it. Okay. I just think it's important that, you know, everybody, I'm back now. I get the shine that's coming after this. Mm-hmm. I'm coming back around. This is good.
You see what I'm saying?
This is good.
Trying it is magical.
No, I'm experiencing different phases of the wash process itself.
You were feeling discouraged there earlier.
No, because when I first started, like, the foam cannon was great. Brake Buster was awesome. Foam cannon was great.
Yeah.
The wash and the rinse, I'm not so sure about. I'm not sure about that part. But I'm coming back around. This drying aid is, maybe that's how we should sell this thing. Like, I was talking about Experiential. My experience just changed just by using that, like adding this to my process.
Yeah, you can see a difference.
Like, I can visually see, like, how much better it looks when I put that on. So maybe we should hit that more. You know, that's where it changes, right? The specs. Talking about specs, you know, I can tell you I can tell you everything that's in it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, is the product you sell. The quote I read and then I've shared the quote internally is, you know, a product itself will be copied over and over. The product itself. And to exist indefinitely as a company, you have to sell an experience, right? Because, like, Amazon will sell you some leggings, Amazon will sell you some speakers, but, you know, Nike sells the 30-year-old dad, the 40-year-old dad, that you still got it, you know? That, you know, Tiger Woods is out there at the Masters and he's winning wearing his red Nike polo, and just by simply putting one on, you can too. It's not true, you know, but it makes you feel like it is. So how do we do that? Like, this just felt really good. It felt good, you know? It's not a new idea, like everything that I just said. It's not, like, everyone listening to this will be like, yeah, I know that.
Yep.
Duh.
But in execution is where...
Right, it's hard. Like, how many times have you seen a commercial for your local mattress company with some guy just yelling at you?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's so many operations out there that when I say that, they'll say, yeah, I know, duh, obviously. How do you actually make that happen? How do you actually do it? When you pick up the camera, you plan your next bit of content, when Lewis is writing a product page, you know, Lewis has been killing that lately. He writes a product page, and when I was talking about that before and after, you know, before it was sizes, specs, what it fits, off you go. Now, you know, Lewis, he's getting into the, what does this smell like? What does it feel like? You know, what is it when I'm using this pressure washer, what does it make me feel like? And he's doing really good with that. Which I think it just really does change things, because we don't get a lot of time to, like, on a product page itself. Again, the people watching this video, you know, they're the OG faithful. They get it. But we have a big chunk of our traffic just found us on a search engine for the first time. I got 15 seconds to prove to them that they want to buy this product before they're out. You know, so in 15 seconds, what do I say to them? So that's the hard part, because, you know, we've had a one-way, for the longest time, we've had a one-way journey of, you found us on a YouTube video, so then you found the product, and our product page has this hour-long video on the product page itself. The people that found that product from YouTube, that's fine with them. because they know Matt and that's how they found the product. But the people that I'm trying to make a new customer, they're never gonna watch an hour-long video. So I've got a very limited amount of time to prove to that person that they wanna buy this thing. So we're spinning up that content machine. I was talking about Mike T earlier. He makes fun of me and Ted does too. I'm this, always talking about the revenue, always talking about the money, but I mean, somebody's got to. It's usually just been Matt before, and he's also making videos, he's also doing all this other stuff. You know? Who else is in there, like, laser focused on what we did this month compared to last month? Because I know everybody watching this, they're into the OG experience, and they should be. It's a lifestyle, but it's also a business. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And I got dreams of, 100 employees and all the things that come along with that, and a giant.
You can grab a towel out at the back that you can just toss. Like, I mean,
Where did that come from? I wish neither of us noticed. Why don't we cut that scene, huh? No?
No. A little bit of brake busting for extra.
Extra protection.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
No, it's fine. You can hit it.
Yeah, I mean, we have what so many companies want. We have an engaged following. It's authentic too. It's not, we didn't get that engaged following by lying to them or something. We got that engaged following by, being ourselves. And so I see a lot of potential for spin-off companies and, apps and all these things that are possible that, the OG people, they use every day. So why can't it be with us? Why can't it be like obsessed apps and things like that? And so I've got all these different ideas and things we can chase after over the next few years, but the problem is, it's always, how do you clear out the stuff today for the stuff you need to do tomorrow? Like, how do we get us dug out enough that I can have people that can then execute on these other things? There's not really an answer to that. It's kind of a project managing, take it day by day kind of thing, but it's hard. Windshield now, okay. Can do that. We're running low on towels. I think I could have used one more towel.
Did you bring a bunch?
Yeah, but they're all different kinds. Like, don't I need to?
No, I mean, you could probably give away glass. It's not gonna scratch the glass.
My waffle weave glass cleaning towel.
It's actually perfect, yeah.
Yeah. So I've been getting really frustrated with our global supply chain issues to the point that I'm sure I'm annoying Chris and Matt on it. When is this coming? When is that coming? That's been probably when I agreed to come here in December, that's the one thing I didn't depend on. I knew a lot of the people that I was coming here to begin working with, and I was excited about that. This guy's done. Because we're probably leaving on the table right now $500,000 to $1 million a month. I mean, literally. I mean, anyone watching this, they've been on the website, trying to find a portable package that's in stock. You can't. Try to get a press-on sprayer. You can't. We're building out all these car washing packages and all of our other various detailing packages, and the cornerstone of a lot of that is the press-all sprayer, and we don't have a press-all sprayer to give you. We don't have hoses. We don't have active pressure washers right now. We don't have Kranza pressure washers right now. So how do you grow revenue for a company that doesn't have things? And I know we're not the only company worldwide dealing with that. Just about every company is. I was reading about a company that sells tents. They can't get the Velcro for their tents. So how are you supposed to sell a tent? We're in that same thing right now. And that's something I didn't anticipate because I thought that our revenue would be at least 500 grand a month higher than it is right now, but
Is that a chipper?
no, it's just some stuff. What was the last thing I needed to do?
Dress the tires.
Oh yeah, that OG tire dressing sprayer. Hope Tom.
You can spray it on, or if you have like a squeeze on.
I hope Tommy's. Oh,
It should have came with a spray,
that smells really good.
right? This is probably Experiential.
It might have. Maybe it was supposed to come with a spray. I don't think the 8 ounces are.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, you're right.
But I also, when we get our products, I just pick them off the shelves, so I could very well be picking it wrong. I think speed was my big issue here. You know, I could see this being a lot more feasible if I did this in much less time. Oh, I got some on the wheel. We'll just wipe that off, huh? Kyle talks about his rinseless method.
Yeah,
I got a lot to learn from Kyle. Kyle's a real sensei with this stuff. Do I have a wheel and tire towel? No, that orange one was a wheel and tire towel, right?
You can use whatever towel you want. It's really, the best one is the gauntlet, the gray version of the one that you use.
See, what I needed was like a toolbox or something, you know what I mean? Just putting all this stuff down on the concrete. That's how that happens, you know? You're washing
And you realize what you need,
what you need.
and you start buying more.
Snowballs, you end up with a whole MSS Plus
And then you
array.
realize, yeah, you get yourself a whole
You know,
set.
MSS Plus setup. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to buy a few more towels. I think toward the end here, I'm starting to understand it a little better.
Yeah, you're starting to get it.
Yeah.
The nuance.
The nuance of it. I think I was missing that early on. I was a kid back then, though. Yeah.
No, now you're mature.
Older now. Yeah, you know, I found a lot of errors along the way. You know what I mean?
But that's part of the process,
It's
isn't
the
it?
process, yeah, definitely. So yeah, it's pretty much polishes off my wash and talk. Oh, my scrub and speak here. Miss that. Yeah, this is part of the series on trying to add more member content, employee content, kind of leading the way here. I'm hoping that you at home, you know, you do the same. Share what you got going on. I think we had John Wannenberg, he did the first video, which was a great video. So happy that he shared with us, and I want to provide a platform for kind of us all to feel like we're the sharer, you know, rather than just receiving the content, that we can put it out to the rest of the group and share the information, and hopefully there's going to be more to come. What do you think here, Wahba?